All right, Derek, we really appreciate you taking the time to chat with us today after what is obviously going to become a very important moment of this 2020 season with your players deciding not to play tonight in Detroit. What was your reaction when you got the phone call from Rocco Baldelli that the team had unanimously agreed that the best thing to do was to not play tonight?
Well, Rocco and I had some conversations before they went into that meeting, and so we were generally aware of what that discussion would look like, and we had heard from a few of our players. So I wasn't necessarily surprised by what they came out of that conversation with. We have a number of players on our team, a number of staff members that feel really empowered to talk about the important issues that we're facing across our country, certainly here in Minneapolis and what we've experienced over the last number of months. And so I was just really proud of the way our guys handled it, really professionally, felt this was the right thing, and they had full support, and they knew they had full support from Jim Polat, from ownership, Dave St. Peter, all the way down through to me, Rocco, and everybody else in the organization.
When we talked a couple of weeks ago, you told me that you were really proud about how the guys really handled everything surrounding COVID and the procedures and everything that changed how baseball was being played this year. Now, this is another part of what is going to be, remembered about the 2020 season. So how proud are you now just about how the guys are handling this situation as well? Because it is now becoming such a unique situation with such important conversations surrounding baseball.
We went into 2020 and there were a lot of conversations about our team and what we hoped we could accomplish on the field. I am proud of what that group has done on the field, but it's only been exceeded by the way our guys have handled each of the challenges that have been faced and the adversity in our environment. Certainly, we've talked a lot about COVID and the challenges of navigating our season, but beyond that, the impact that we can make in our community, the ability to use our platform in any small way to try and make an impact and to be allies in our community for those who need it most. I become more proud each day by the decisions that are made with that club. Rocco, the staff, everybody have done a tremendous job of making sure that we create an environment that's safe for each of our players to play a role, not just in baseball, but what transcends the game and impacts our community.
When you guys went and hired Rocco Baldelli, obviously you guys loved his baseball mind and how relatable he was to these players and the kind of relationships he can build. Now he's in a situation as, a young manager only in year 2. He's had a lot put on his plate with everything that's been surrounding the season. How impressed have you been with how he has handled all of this and how he has continued to make it a really safe and opening and welcoming environment for his players to speak out in the clubhouse?
I think what stands out, I remember early on when we hired Rocco and the conversations were about, well, he hadn't managed, before, and he was on the younger side and certainly had less experience in the coaching space. What stood out for us was he was a leader. He had so many good leadership qualities, so many good references from people that said, listen, when I want to go think about an important decision I make in my life, I go lean on Rocco Baldelli. And that was true of people in the Tampa Bay Rays organization and so many others that had been around him. And so what I see today, obviously we're immensely proud of the way he's led our club over the last really season and a half, almost 2 seasons now. And he's been a partner in every way across the organization, from what we do in scouting, player development, front office work, to what we're doing, as an organization to try and make an impact. He feels very strongly about this, and he takes all of those conversations really seriously. So his leadership with our players is not surprising to me. I'd love to see and to continue to see him grow as a leader, and we're really happy to have him.
So where do we go from here? Where does baseball go from here? For you, what would you like to see your players continuing to do to really help move these important conversations and tough subjects forward to make sure that they are using their platforms and their voices to make a difference right now?
I think our players, what they get asked about a lot, and I understand that in the sports space, is how does this make a difference? How does not playing tonight make a difference? What does that mean? And I think I've heard other athletes say this, other coaches, other staff members, but it resonates with me, is that I hope by not playing right now and taking this stance for tonight and taking a pause in our season for today, that someone might turn on the game, a young kid or someone watching right now, and ask the question, why? Why aren't they playing? What is the reason behind that? And takes the moment to learn a little bit more about what is going on and what the challenges are that our communities are facing, and particularly those in the Black community. And I think that we have a chance and an opportunity, because we have a platform as an organization, as a baseball team, to try and be a part of that conversation and try and advance and move it forward. So our players, I want them to be able to speak their minds. I want them to be able to feel like they're supported all the way through. And I can tell you, there's no question in this organization that our leadership, from ownership all the way through, supports our players' right and ability to take a stand and try and stand up for what they think is right.
And Twins fans should love hearing that. That's such an important message. And we really appreciate you, Derek, speaking with us and continuing to be such a positive voice with everything surrounding 2020.
Thanks for having me on, Audra. Have a great night.
Thank you.